They snatched her lunch in the cafeteria, but no one in that crowded room knew what was about to follow. If you're hearing this, stay until the end, because the silence that fell across that hall will remind you why you should never underestimate someone's quiet strength. And before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because stories like these deserve to be heard. It was a regular afternoon at Lincoln High. The cafeteria buzzed with the usual chatter of friends laughing, trays clattering, and the faint echo of sneakers squeaking on the polished floor. At one corner table sat a girl named Emma, a freshman who had only recently moved to the city. She was quiet, soft-spoken, and often sat alone, not because she wanted to, but because no one had yet made space for her in their circles. That day, she carried with her a small lunchbox her mother had packed, a simple meal, but one made with love. As she sat down, a group of older students, the kind who thrived on mocking others, spotted her. The ringleader, a tall boy with a smirk plastered across his face, swaggered over. Without hesitation, he yanked the lunchbox from Emma's hands. His friends laughed as he opened it, pulling out the neatly wrapped sandwich. "Aw, look at this. Mommy still makes your food," he sneered, taking a loud exaggerated bite as his friends cheered him on. Emma's cheeks flushed red, not from anger, but from the embarrassment of being the center of their cruel spotlight. She lowered her gaze, holding back tears, her fingers clenched tightly around the edge of the table. The cafeteria erupted in laughter, yet amidst the noise, something shifted. A silence, small at first, spread across the room. Students stopped mid-bite, mid-laugh, mid-sentence. Their eyes weren't on the bullies anymore. They were on Emma. Because Emma, with all the quiet courage she had been holding inside, stood up. Her voice wasn't loud, but it carried weight. "Do you feel stronger taking from someone who has less than you?" she asked. The ringleader froze, sandwich still in his hand. For the first time, the cafeteria was utterly still. Emma's words cut through the air sharper than any shout could. She didn't yell, she didn't threaten, she simply spoke the truth. A girl from another table stood up. Then another. And another. Soon, a line of students walked toward Emma's table, placing pieces of their own lunches in front of her. An apple, a granola bar, a slice of pizza. It was as if the entire cafeteria had decided in that one instant to stand beside her. The bullies, caught off guard by the sudden shift, didn't know where to look. Their smirks had vanished, replaced by unease. Emma didn't gloat, she didn't even smile. She simply sat back down, quietly thanking the students who had shown her kindness. That small act of collective defiance against cruelty left the room in a strange, almost sacred silence. And then, the applause began. Not the kind that was forced or half-hearted, but the kind that comes from witnessing something unforgettable. Emma hadn't just defended herself, she had reminded everyone in that room of the power of empathy. From that day on, the cafeteria was different. People watched what they said, mindful of how their words or actions could affect others. Emma wasn't alone anymore either. She had friends, not because she begged for attention, but because she showed strength in her quiet way. Weeks later, the boy who had stolen her lunch approached her, not with arrogance, but with humility. He returned her empty lunchbox, cleaned and neatly wrapped. "I'm sorry," he muttered. For the first time, Emma saw not a bully, but a boy who realized his own weakness. This story isn't just about a stolen lunch. It's about the moment when silence teaches. Louder than noise, when one person's courage reminds an entire room that kindness is stronger than cruelty. And maybe, just maybe, it's a reminder for us too, never to stay quiet in the face of wrong, but also never to underestimate the quiet strength within us. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Somewhere out there, someone might need to hear it today. And who knows, you might just be the reason they find their courage too.